Right, I thought I would just show you what I do with some ephemera that hasn't been coffee stained or anything like that. Some of this is printed on, that's it, the laser, so I have no problem with that. That is all inkjet, all these. Okay, right, these are green. I won't use that one, there's too much. Put that way. Right, I should have another of those. Okay, I want to change the colour of these as well. I'm going to change that green to blue. Okay, and then I could use them in the journal. All right, so I thought I'd show you what I do to make that happen. All right, but these have been done on the inkjet. If it was done on the laser, I could go straight in with watercolors and change it. All right, but I can't. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'll show you how I tea stain the backs, let them dry, and then I'm going to seal them and then go over the top with some blue. Okay, and it means that I can use it in this journal now. Okay, first of all we get them tea stains. So like I said, this one, my tea, that's disgusting. I keep this cup just for this. I don't know where my jar, I did have a jar, but I don't know where it went. So these are I'll dry these on the fire today. So, and that's all I do. I don't worry about it going in there. I actually don't worry too much, but just slightly. But this is done on presentation paper. Okay, and it was a while ago, but it will run a bit, without a doubt. I mean, I've heard that there's Epsoms in America that actually use permanent ink, but we don't seem to have that option, which that would have been nice, wouldn't it? Okay, and then I'll just dry them off. All right, and we'll see what they're like. I use, in that cupful is 4 tea bags. Okay, it's a normal coffee cup or whatever, or tea. 4 tea bags that I get very cheap from LD, somewhere like that. And I fill it up with boiling water and then I let it cool down. So that's all that's in that cup, all right? No special ingredients, nothing, just tea. Right, they're all nice and dry. And I've got my tags. I've got 4 tags, haven't I? Yep. Okay, what I'm going to do, I've got a pencil. I've got a watercolour pen. The pencils are the Duo Inktense ones. Okay, this is what I have in here. Yeah. I've got a Pentel fine point pen. I got them from TK Maxx, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got loads of watercolour pens, but they're all up in my house because I tend to use them for when I'm messing around at night. And what have I got? Oh, I'm going to try watercolour palette. Okay, which I'm hoping I got a bluey colour like I should have. Oh yes, yeah, this sort of colour actually. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I've got that as well. So we'll try those 3 things on these tags. But firstly, right, why I use matte medium, which I'm going to use matte medium for this, but this is quite fine. It's not a thick one, it's very thin. This one is what I use for gluing and that when I do any mixed media work. Because of doing mixed media, I know I can work on top of matte medium. All right, so that's why I use it. I wouldn't use Mod Podge for a simple reason. It's a real good sealant. Okay, and I found when I worked on top of it that there's very little that would take on top of it. All right, but matte medium, I know things will work on top if I need to put anything else on. So we should try with the watercolours. Okay, so all I do for this is literally just put some all over. There you go. And then I'll dry it off quick as well. And again, you know this is on my inkjet, so yeah, the page might curl. It's okay. You only have to put it down under something heavy. It'll soon be fine. Again, this is only lightweight paper. Well, card. It's about, I'd say 160 GSM. I think I used a bit much. Yeah, it goes a long way, this stuff. So, right, once you've done that, dry them off. I like doing these little experiments with different things. It's fun. And I think you do too. At least if I'm helping, you know, if one person might not have it, but they've got another thing, it's always handy if, you know, we play around with multiple things that I'm not going out to buy it. I've got it, you know, because I play around with different products and my mixed media and that. Right, okay, let's dry them off and I'll be back. Okay, they're all dry. So I've put them on the back so we know which one's which. Okay, with this, I mean, you can go on here and create a watercolour, okay, or, you know, and then add water. But you can also go on here, just nice and gently. That's, you know, don't press too hard at all. Okay, you can always add more colour, yeah. I want to blend that out, you see, so I don't want it too heavy. Right, let's have a look. And then I've got either water or one of these brushes. Not sure if this works. Oh. Yeah, it does. I love it. Right, okay, it works. Okay, well, I'm knocking some off. Again, we don't really want to get it too wet. I've got quite a lot coming out actually. I need to dry it a bit in between. Sorry, I've got a lot of water coming out. So yeah. Let's blend that out. Okay, so what you have to do now is make sure this brush is nice and clean. Okay, and then you go from here in here, and then you just let that bleed. And sometimes, now and again, if it picks up too much colour, clean your brush off again, yeah? Like now, there's quite a lot of colour, so. Okay, let me dry that off. Just need to, sorry, I just saw a bit of a gap there. Let's carry on a little bit with it. That's it, just so you don't get no lines. Okay, now look at that now. Okay, so I'll just give you a comparison. It's knocked that green out. Yeah, there's still little bits of it, but that's okay. Yeah, so if you're using now, say a blue, you know, where it's, that still goes because it picks up here, but if you really doesn't go, you know, and I did want to use these and I thought I'd show you what I do, yeah, to change the colour. Okay, there's that one. Yeah, okay, perfect. Right. Okay, right, next one is the pen. I haven't used these for ages. I think if I remember rightly, I didn't like them very much. That's why they're here and not upstairs. I've got my favourites. Right, but I quite like the tone of this. Well, you could, right, do this again, make a palette. You can use a bit of acetate or anything instead of putting it on, just in case you're a little bit dubious of the colour or anything. I mean, it's going to be, they're all going to be different colours, but, and then we just do the same. See, that's quite heavy. So I'm just going to go around the edges and then we bleed out in the same way. I prefer doing this than actually going directly onto here, I will say, because we only want to change it a bit. Nice colour. Okay, and then we get rid of that. Okay, start bleeding out. Just a little bit more in there. I'm following this sort of stained line here. There's a little bit of a stain and I'm just sort of following that, really. Make it look a bit different. Just drop in a bit more paint in. Quite like what's happening here. It's creating some quite nice effects. Okay, and then we dry that. I could do with a dryer actually. I'm going to get the other dryer because I don't want to blow it around because that's actually looking really nice. In a couple of places I might have to go over again. Get this one, it's more direct. Okay, done that one. I actually like it. I'm not going to change any of that. I like the way this is all puddled and everything. That's good. Oh, by the way, these are the freebies. I'm sure they are on my website or in my group. I think I did post those in the group. Right, watercolour. I'll do 2. Watercolour colours. Actual paints. Watercolour paints, I should say. Okay, all right, I'm going to have to mix up a little colour, to be honest. It's more that blue, isn't it? So, let's get some, just to activate that a little bit. Oh, actually, it's that one. I'm going to have a bit of that. So I've no idea what the colours are, mind. Okay, so okay, so it's quite watery. Okay, and I don't want too much. Oh, don't know, anyway, just going to take some of that moisture off just to try it first, okay? And then go straight in there just in case. Your sort of best bet is not to get it too saturated with water. You're best to build up. All right, I'm going to just dry that off. I'm going to come out a bit. Now I'm going to have a straight line. And then I'm going to drop a little bit more in. Okay, and dry that off. And then we'll do one more. Okay, well that's the 3 different colours. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do, my favourite one was this pen actually. I really like that. So I'm going to do this one with the pen because it is a different style. Those 2 were, you know, same butterfly. So I'm going to use the pen on this one. I actually, when I look at that, I like that one as well, to be honest. Yeah, I prefer that than the watercolours, only because I think they were actually thinner, if you know what I mean. The watercolour there is, you know, it's quite dark really, but still okay. But I'm going to try with the pen, I think. So, noisy. Just drop a bit of water on that. I take a little tiny bit out just in case there's too much water. Okay, dry that off. Okay. Right. So yeah, I think just a little bit more water I could have done with that one. But I quite like this bit, the way it's picked up darker here. Okay, and slightly different tone, but like I say, I had to mix the colours. That was the pencil. And there. And that was the pen as well. So those 2 are pens. Pencil. And the actual watercolour paints. Okay, and they are all perfect now. Good. So I've taken everything out, haven't I? So yeah, they would all go blend in really beautifully. Now with that added blue on them instead of green. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's how you get over things like that. And that was just inkjet printed and then sealed with matte medium, because I know you can work over the top, and that has worked brilliantly. Okay, you can go over now and even seal them again with some, you can go over now with Mod Podge, you know, if you wanted to seal it all in. Okay, that's those. And I'm going to use some of them in there, not all of them, because I've got quite a lot to go in here. I have a big pile. Okay, that's a little tip for you. Right, on with stenciling now then. Okay, I've covered the book just to protect it now, because I, you know, have a bit of ink around. Yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of stenciling and maybe a little bit of stamp. Well, I am going to do some stamping, but stenciling first. I've chosen this one. Thank you very much, Yvonne, for sending me that. I'll just, which is one of those. Okay. That stamp, it's a Paris one actually, but these are quite nice all around here. Like we can use. I just won't use the Paris one. I actually like this. It's beautiful. I can use that. Might use that in my Halloween one I'm doing. That'll be a laugh. This one, Played Enterprises. Okay. I might not be able to see. Which is that one. This one I can't actually read it very well, but it's, I thought that was quite nice. Is it Moo? Yeah, don't know. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute, there's one here. What's that say? It's just got TCW 1975. So that's TCW 1975. Okay. I don't know where the packaging has gone for that one. I've most probably used it. Because if it's nice packaging or cardstock, I sometimes nab it. Right. Okay, let's see. I think I'll use that one now. Just sort of, yep, just going to put something firm underneath. Oops. I've got one of these to do. Acrylic block. Just to help me stencil a little bit on this one because it needs to be a bit accurate. I think I'll just about there, like that. I think that could look quite nice. Like that. I love it when how it picks up on the gesso. Sorry, gosh, I can't speak this morning. Just gonna do another butterfly up there. Okay, there we go. And I might even put a tiny little bit of text in here later on. All right, that's the stenciling bit. This one, I'm gonna most probably just have this little flower here. I've used this quite a lot in my work. I quite like this one. And just like that. And let's look. Yep. I'm going to press too hard on this because this is quite a light page. Okay. And then I'll just have some leaves coming down there. Like that. Right, okay. I know I've got to decorate this envelope a little bit more. But just fill the page. I won't do that. Sorry if I'm holding, if you can't see, it's where I've got to hold it there. Just right, with this little bit of white here. So let's tone that down now. Sometimes I put a bit of lace on the bottom as well. I'll do that side now. A little bit more grass. Yeah. Oops, I caught it. And then up here, what do you have up here? No, I'm going to leave that, I think, because I quite like all the way that's looking. I'll just have a little bit of stamping on that one. It's there. And I'm just going to put a little bit at the top here, like that. Get off the page. Right, let's try one of these now. It's quite a detailed one. Sometimes the detailed ones are better if they're sprayed, you know, use your sprays, so we shall see. It's a good quality one though. Just gives it a little bit of interest there. And then I'll come down and just do a bit in the corner. Like that. And then and going around like that. Now, I don't re-ink my sponge very much at all. And then I think this will look nice if there's something down here. I really don't know if I'm in frame. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Maybe come up a little bit higher for you. And then put it in here. Just give a bit of interest. Okay. Right, so I'm going to go through the book and carry on with that. Okay, and then I will come back to you when we do a little bit of stamping, alright? Because I go through literally and, you know, put that everywhere. Okay, but again, all nice and light. That is, make sure I put some fabric on there. Right, okay, I've done a stenciling all the way through, just here and there, like I said. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of stamping. Already started, but I'm going to use the new one I got recently, the indigo blue. Okay, might as well give that one a go, considering it's new. I got it at the show. Like I say, any of the Tim Holtz ones are great too, which I use. I'm sure that's that way. Yeah, I'll check first, because knowing me, I'll get it upside down. Oh, I've got an envelope here. Try on. Right. Oh, let's put that in. It's me. Okay. So, yep. Leave that. And a little bit up there. Okay. And that is plenty. Just have a little bit. And here. I'm going to have to mark the back so I know which way's up. Because it's got to be upside down. It's not very easy. Okay, and then a little bit up there. Okay, that's what I do. Oh, what am I using? Potting soil. And this one just a little bit darker. I don't want to go to black, so still fine. You can write over all that. I might do a few more of these. I quite like the way that's looking. It's nice and gentle. Just a bit up there. Oh, if I make a big tag for that, wouldn't I think that's it. That was nice and quick, wasn't it? I might just add a little bit on here. Just to mark that up as a little bit white, so there you go. Okay, right, so I've sort of gone through and done that, as you've seen. Now I'll show you what I do with, I've got some washi tape, some wide one. I don't use it as is, I'm going to cut bits off. Okay, and because the colour tones in this are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so actually this one looks like it's almost been embossed. It might be that their printers needed warming up a bit more, because I've had things like that go on. So, oh, I know, I'm going to cut this up. Yeah. That's what I do. This one's not so sticky because it's the first one, so I shall glue that down just to make sure that's where I want it. Yeah, that's fine, and it's nice and flat because there's enough three-dimensional clusters and things in this journal, so whatever I add now I want it to be quite flat. I'm just wondering just to cut that down even more. There you go. Again, I'll change all the paper clips. Do the envelope as well. I don't need that in there now. Quite sticky, so here you go. I'll put my glue away because I think they're going to be okay. Yeah, so it just adds a little bit of something there. Okay, and then I think a little word that way would look nice. I did have some. Let's have a look. Let's do artful, shall we? These, because that's Tim Holtz washi tape, I should say, and I've put that onto card, so I can now glue the back. Just adds a little something to that page, ties it all together. Yeah. Okay. Right, what have we got here then? Leave the green. And what I do with all the odd bits, I put them in with the words. We can use that on the project. It's like nice for an envelope. Received. And it's got October on that. Perfect. How about that? Let's see where we can. Yeah, honestly, it's actually quite random is better. Do you know what I mean? At the moment we're going all the way down here, so perhaps something up here this time. Yeah, not doing every page, a little bit there I think. Might even cut that down. I know it's lovely as it was. And then just that tiny little blue under there. Just straighten that up because it's just the perfect colour match. That's why I'm using it. Yeah, things like it's just like using that tiny bit of washi tape that I sometimes do. Okay. I'm going to put this one right on the edge of the page. Like that. And leave it alone. They go a long way because you're only using a couple. Okay, right. Now I've got these little bits, but I actually fancy using a little bit more. That, like a whole one. That butterfly's nice. Okay, just add something else. Haven't used much washi tape, have I? Again, I'll continue to go through the book doing things like that. There's no point in seeing everything. I'm going to put that down there. Lovely and sticky, that one. Just adds a little bit of interest and maybe a bit here. I can cut that one down a little bit. Go along and finish off doing that, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, I finished all the stamping, well, as much as I sort of can see at the moment. Okay, and the thing I'm going to do next is the cover. So this will be the end of this video, and then I'll start another one with the cover and maybe the walkthrough, because to be honest, it's full. Yeah, quite full. I mean, it still squishes down lovely, but I wouldn't want that much bigger than that. Okay, so there's quite a lot in there. Oh, don't know where that come from. There we go. Okay, so I'll see you next time then. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.